50 freestyle from our district meet earlier today. In lane 3, we're taking a look at Cameron Chan. I'll play the whole race through, and then I'll go back and talk about a couple things I noticed after we watched it one time. Okay, heading back to the start here. Okay, so here, this is just before the start is going to say take your mark. I would like for your feet to be set where you want them before he says take your mark. So notice here, he says take your mark, and then you have to make an adjustment with your leg there. I want your feet both facing about shoulder width apart, facing the pool, already set where you want them before they say take your mark. All right, and once the buzzer goes off, you do a nice job reacting. Your arms engage the blocks a little bit, it appears. I'd really like to see you really think about throwing those blocks back, like throwing them through the window here, shattering that window with the block if it came off the ground, and then recovering with your hands here. You don't do that, but your arms do a nice job of getting into a streamlined position there. And then you hit the water in a very nice line, and you notice here you have a very compact small splash, which is the splash doesn't lie, indicates you had a good entry there. Now on the breakout here, pretty good underwater. I'd like to see the breakouts be a little more explosive, like really come up just spinning the wheels, exploding out of the water. Nice strong kick throughout the race. Now on the arm entry, notice here, there's a couple things I want you to notice. Number one, the hand, especially here on the right side, I'm noticing, your arm is kind of entering sideways. So I'd like you to enter with the index, middle, and thumb fingers. But here you're coming in and really slicing like thumb first entry. Now also notice, when you're taking the stroke, it's like your hand is almost the last thing to enter the water. So you're coming through, and then here you're splashing through with the shoulder, forearm, bicep kind of part of the arm. And then your hand is really the last thing to hit. So we want to come over the top. This arm appears to be a little better. It's a little flatter, but here we're really fighting through the water, and like I say, the hand looks like it's about the last thing to hit the water. So we want the hand to come over nice and flat, maybe a little angled right with the index, middle, and thumb, but certainly not that far twisted. And we also need to not lead with our shoulder. We need to come over the top in a more rounding type of motion. Coming into the flip here, let me back it up just a smidge. Okay, I want to play this once at full speed again. So for me, I feel like this is like you floated into the turn a little bit too much. Notice your last stroke. Oops. So your last stroke is way out here, and you have to float into the wall. I think you do hit the wall at a good angle, but what you need to do is kind of make an adjustment out here by the flags so that your last stroke really, like as you're taking that stroke and stroking through the hip, that motion takes you right into the flipping part of the turn, and not we don't have to float into the wall, especially on a 50 free when every tenth of a second counts so much. All right, nice underwater. You really held your own against this guy here, and then you kept the kicking and the arm tempo all the way here into the wall. Looks like you kept your head down in a good finish. You're 23. I think you're in a good position once you're shaved in a suit next week to go at least a 22 in the freestyle. And I'm really excited to see what you can do here in some of these more sprint-based events. Nice job.